Happy August, everyone. I am so happy to be here with you sharing the August energy forecast. I feel like I have a lot to say about August. And I'd love to hear your comments in the chat as you pop in. Let me know you're here. Say hi. If you have a friend who needs to see this, tag them in it. And please reshare it to your pages and invite your friends to come and see this because there's a lot of energy going on. And if you resonate with that, pop in the chat, let me know. There is a lot of energy going on. And I want to take, I was thinking about what I wanted to share with you for August. I want to take a second to contextualize July a little bit first. Okay. How does that sound? Should we make sense of what's happening? Hello, everyone. Thank you. Yes. Hello, Aquarius friend. So much dang energy. So let's contextualize July a little bit. July was 5 energy. It was all about freedom, compassion, and change. Okay. Here's the thing that's interesting about humans. We resist change. We like things to stay the same. We like things to stay normal. We don't want challenge. We want things to be even keel. And that's okay to want that. However, recognizing that oftentimes what will illuminate change for us is contrast. We will experience something as a challenge. We'll experience something as a difficulty. And in particular in July, it was like, notice where you feel restricted. Let me know if anyone resonates with that. Did you feel restricted at all in July? Whether it was restricted in love, restricted in money and finance, restricted in business, restricted in feeling like I want this thing. I'd like to experience this thing and I'm stuck and I'm feeling held back. I'm feeling like there's chains on me, ropes on me, stuck in a box. And if there's one thing 5 energy hates more than anything, if you're ruling number 5, comment in the chat and let me know if I'm bang on about this. If there's one thing 5 hates more than anything, it's being put in a box. Do not put me in a box. Do not tell me what to do. And do not make me subscribe to any status quo nonsense that I don't buy into. I want to write my own story. I want to write my own story. And so why I'm telling you this is a lot of what you were experiencing in July was coming up, digging things up to help you decide what is the story I want to write. And I want you to ask yourself that question. We are on a full moon today. Big energies today. We are in the middle of the Lionsgate Portal. I'm going to talk a little bit about what that means in numerology terms, but I really want you to ask yourself if you could take 5 minutes today and journal on this question. What is the story I'm writing? What is the story I'm writing? You're allowed to reframe the contrast you experienced in July as fuel for your story. Reframe that. That is what we get to do, right? It is what we get to do. And so often we get thinking our story is a sentence, like a life sentence. Like, this is the way it's always been. This is the way it's always going to be. And it's like, no. Don't stick yourself in a box. That's an option. And here's the thing that I think it's always really important to hold to heart is you always have multiple timelines available to you. So repeating those patterns that got dug up, that's an option. That's a timeline that's available to you should you so choose it. But there's other timelines available to you as well. And those other timelines, in order to jump onto them, right? In order to shift onto them, to move onto them, to manifest them, whichever language lands with you, you need to decide to make a decision, right? And so with all the contrast that was dug up, reframe it. Decide, what is the story I'm going to write about this? This is the contrast showing me what? The new story I'm telling myself is, the story I'm writing is, right? Like that's Brene Brown's prompt, the story I'm telling myself is. So if you had some shit stories that you were telling yourself, that's okay. That doesn't mean they're factual, right? The story I'm telling myself is, I was stuck, I was broke, I was unlovable, I was this, I was that. The new story I'm telling myself is that contrast created a longing in my heart. So let me ask you this. Did any of the difficulties you went through in July create a longing in your heart? A desire in your soul? So that's the next step, right? Recognizing and seeing that longing in your soul and that desire in your heart and deciding, asking yourself, is this longing in my heart a breadcrumb? Is this a preview? Is this like the seed of what's possible, right? Is this the seed of what's possible? And that's something only you get to choose and claim. No one's going to tell you that for you. I'm going to say it's a potential for you and I see it for you, but I can't do it for you. And here's when August comes in, guys. This is the thing. August is a 6 energy month. 6 energy is all about harmony, balance, karmic adjustment, smoothing out the rough edges, right? Smoothing out the rough edges. But the shadow of 6 energy, I want you guys to hear this so clearly with me. The shadow of 6 energy is codependence, is biting your tongue to not rock the boat, is falling back into old things because it keeps everyone around you happy. And I'm going to air quote this, peaceful, because settling is never peaceful energy. It might appear that way on the surface. You know, the family dinners might be peaceful when you bite your tongue, but it's settling energy. It's always bubbling something underneath that needs to be dealt with, right? And it will come out in unhealthy ways if we're biting our tongues, if we're being codependent, if we're settling and compromising in areas that we should not and we do not desire to, okay? And so that's the shadow of 6. 6 wants balance and harmony and karmic adjustment. And so what I really encourage you to use the 6 energy mindfully of is, how do I integrate my newfound awareness? How do I take those seeds that were planted in me, that longing, right? That desire you felt something difficult. It created a longingness in your heart. That longingness planted a seed. How do I nurture that seed is what August wants for you. How do you nurture that seed? How do you integrate this? If you plant a seed, gardeners and farmers know this, if you plant a seed and you don't nurture it, you don't fertilize it, you don't water it, you don't shelter it, you don't tend to it, it dies, right? So you have seeds planted in you in July, right? Jot down in your notebook, what are 2 or 3 seeds that were planted in me in July? If you ignore those seeds, they will die. And that's fine. That's a timeline you can choose. But ask yourself, what of these seeds do I really want to see grow? And see what they could form into. In August, nurture them, fertilize them, spend time with them, water them, protect them. And I always say protect them when they're seeds, because when you have a baby dream, when you have a baby longing, the world is going to very easily be that like excessive windstorm that tramples on your seed if you're not careful. Nobody knows what's in you but you. You can have the most beautiful and loving friends and supportive people in your world who, you know, with no ill meaning, might make a comment here and there that's damaging of your dream. And instead of, you know, sharing that with people who wouldn't understand, it's up to us to use discernment. Surround yourself with people who see you in the highest light. Surround yourself with people who see your potential, who see what's available to you, who cheer you on, who believe in you, right? And let yourself speak it into existence. Speak it into existence. So find that circle, find that person, reach out, get that support, whether it's, you know, hiring a coach, working with a numerologist, working with an intuitive, and say to them, this is the desire and the longing I have. What do you see for me? Right? What do you see for me? Because they can tap into your potential. And then it's up to you if you choose to believe it and engage in it and integrate it. So, advice for August: integrate those longings into seeds that you take care of. Take action, move them forward. Think about them, daydream about them, hold them in your heart. If it's like, I have a longing to progress something in my work, if I have a longing to progress something in my spiritual connection, in my friendships, in my love relationships, like what are the baby step things that have the least amount of resistance around them to make it more easeful, right? Shadow work is so, so, so powerful. I'm so glad you guys are recognizing that, because we've been sold a messed up story about experiencing challenge. Like, so many of us have this idea that if it's difficult, that means I shouldn't do it, or that means it's wrong, or that means it's bad, or I just want ease. You can want ease and still walk through hard things. And the funniest thing is walking through hard things now creates more ease down the road. Asking for more ease now often creates hardships down the road. So be willing to walk through the hard things, right? Be willing to say the hard things. Don't bite your tongue. And that would be another big piece of advice for August is don't bite your tongue. Compromise is settling for suboptimal solutions. Don't do it, right? And I mean, when I say don't compromise, I don't mean like don't be a bull in a china shop. But if something's important to you, if something is really important on your heart, you shouldn't ask for less than that. You should find a circle and a circumstance that allows that full desire to be fully expressed. Stop shortchanging yourself. Stop shortchanging yourself, right? Like decide this is for me. This is for me and I'm going to move forward with it, right? Yeah, the shadows of the 6 are tricky because the shadows associated with the 6 look like being a good person, like compromise, be a good person, get along with everyone, be a good person, right? And the difference between being a good person and codependence is a fine line. It is a fine line that sometimes we have a hard time navigating. We might flip back and forth a little bit. We might fall off a little bit, and that's okay. We don't have to do anything perfectly. In fact, let's just all take a moment and say, I'm going to fuck it up. I'm going to get it wrong. And that's okay. I love myself anyways. I'm not going to do this all right. I'm going to make mistakes, and that's okay. I love myself anyways. For all of you EFTers in this group, that would be great tapping to share for your clients, tapping scripts to use for people. That would be great permission slips to create content around because people are going to need that. Which is the perfect opportunity for me to say, if you want ideas that are energetically informed to create your content, if you're someone who's putting work out in the world, join my membership group. I share content prompts to help you speak to your soulmate clients, your niche that are energetically informed. So you can speak to what your client's already feeling aligned with your niche so that you resonate with them, right? So if you're curious to know more about that, let me know. I'd happily invite you in. It's a membership, low cost, $27 a month. And it's incredible. We have a lot of fun together. You get the topping prompts, you get the writing prompts, and you also get writing temple with me where we write together. And then you also get a call where we do a monthly energy attunement. Yes, tapping. I know. I'm saying the setup statements. I love tapping. I think it's great. It's really helpful for rebalancing your nervous system. And for those of you who are experiencing difficulties right now, finding ways to balance your nervous system is definitely critical in August because it's a rebalancing, reharmonizing month. It wants to smooth out the rough edges. Make it your priority to balance your nervous system. And for everybody here on the call, I would ask yourself, what are your top 2 to 3 things that you do on a regular basis to balance your nervous system, right? You might nap. You might do EFT tapping. You might do meditation. You might dance. One of my favorite things to do is take my blanket down and lay on the beach, stick my feet in the water, lay in the sand. It's so grounding. It's earthing, resets the ions in my body. The sun codes. It's it's so soulful, right? If you don't have a beach nearby, that's okay. Find a park, put your feet in the grass, lay in the sun for 10 minutes. Hiking is one of my favorite ways. Hugging a tree and next level it. Hug the tree, kiss the tree, lean on the tree. It's incredible. It's incredible. This is going to be so supportive of you this month. Oh my gosh. Meditate, Psych K, biofield tuning sessions with mineral salts. Absolutely. So Sheila, I think that's brilliant. I highly recommend that. It's the perfect opportunity for you to be sharing that work because people are going to need it, right? Breath work. Yes, a minute of cold showers, doing cold plunges. I've stopped doing cold plunges in the lake because the lake isn't cold anymore, but you can shower. You can put some ice cubes in your bathtub, right? Bell healing, sound healing. If you listen to frequency music on Insight Timer or on YouTube, these are all beautiful ways that you can really support yourself. Okay. So if I were to sum up high level, what I want you guys to think about is stop biting your tongue. integrate the contrast that you've experienced so far, right? The contrast created a longing. Take that longing and do something about it, and keep your nervous system as balanced as possible this month. Those would be my three core messages that I'm hoping you'll take. And now I want to get into a little bit more of the nitty gritty. So, if you have friends who need to be hearing this, please tag them in this. If you would like to reshare it to your social media, whether it's your stories or anything like that, I would appreciate that so, so much. I really love having your guys' conversation and communication with me on these calls. It means so much to me. And I want you to recognize that this is a co-creation. So, what I mean by that is when I'm sharing this with you, I am picking up your energetic ask. I am feeling the questions you have. I'm feeling your codes, and I'm speaking the month ahead energy to your codes, whether you're with me live or on the replay. It actually doesn't matter, right? Which is so freaking powerful. And the concept of tapping into your ideal client's energetic ask is something I do in all of my work. It's in everything I teach. But I've also been showing you how to do it in my membership community. So if that's something you want to learn how to do to tap into your soulmate client energetic ask, I teach that in my membership community. Okay, let's get into details. The one question I want you to start off the month with is, what orients me? What orients me? Because in a time when we might have the sabotage of codependency or biting our tongue, we're oriented outward to somebody else's desire or expectation, right? Like, I don't want to upset so and so, so I'm not going to do it. I'm oriented to so and so, right? No. What orients you, right? What orients you? And this is where it's really important to think of, maybe it's Danielle Laporte's work. Anne Marie talks about this a lot, right? Maybe it's thinking about like, what is that compass point? What is that North Star? What is that core desired feeling? What is that heart resonance? What is the thing that orients you? And people talk about, oh, your core desired feelings don't change. I don't know that I agree with that. I believe they shift in priority based on whatever's being compromised at the time. So if you feel like right now I'm noticing a lack of integrity in the world around me, claim integrity and be like, I am going to be a woman of integrity, right? That orients me. So in every moment, let me tap in. Am I being in integrity? Maybe it's, I'm going to share some of mine that have been top of mind lately. Maybe it's collaborative wealth. That's one that's been top of mind for years, and I continue to play with that. So if collaborative wealth is a top priority of mine, how do I engage in day-to-day life that expands and invests in collaborative wealth? Because if it's a value of mine, it's my job to invest in it. And when I invest in it, it expands, it appreciates, it grows, and more people get to have it, right? So think to yourself, what orients you? There's going to be some very important energy of changing the way you think about things. And it makes me think of the Wayne Dyer quote, when you change the way you think about things, the things you think about change. And this is so, so, so powerful. It's really going to be important to approach leadership with a very much beginner mindset, which means the things that you think you know about what it means to be a good leader, put those aside. Like, what if you were to start from scratch? We're not going to reno an old house anymore. We're going to take a new plot of land and start from scratch. No more patchworking it. No more like painting over crooked walls and reflooring over old lino that you can't peel. Like, okay? Let's start from scratch. Beginner's mind. The things you think you know, reset. Today's energy is very, very powerful. We are entering August on a 7 energy day. Today is a 7 energy day. We are in a 7 energy year. Oracular magic, you guys. You've heard me talk about this all year. I am like preaching to the choir of oracular magic over here. But why will I not shut up about it? Because this is the year your spiritual gifts want to be activated. But I need you to know something. This is not a passive exercise. There's no fairy godmother that's going to come and like tap you on the head with the magic wand and be like, poof, your spiritual gifts are activated. Poof, you are a seer. Poof, you can use oracular magic. Poof, you are intuitive. No, I mean, in some ways, maybe I can do that for you, But what that means is you're going to have to do the work. And anybody in my numerology community will tell you that I'll tell you what's available to you. And the people who get that outcome are the ones who attend the calls, who do the homework and show up for the buddy coaching. So when you ask yourself, like, what does it mean to me to do the work to claim my soul gifts? I'm going to say there's oracular magic available to you because I believe everyone has the capacity. Here's what I believe. If you want to activate your oracular magic or your ability to be a seer, it's there. The only thing you need to activate it is the desire. All you have to do is want to. So if you want to, it's there. So ask yourself, is this something I want? The answer to that question tells you whether it's there. Now that you know it's there, what are you going to do? You can passively know it's there and do nothing about it, and it might never activate. It will stay dormant within you as a gift until you have a reason to activate it. And that's why a lot of people have their psychic gifts activated in times of crisis, because those gifts were there all along. The crisis didn't give them the gift. The crisis was the activation point. So you can wait for a crisis if you want, or you can just make a decision. You can just decide, like, this is just something I want. This is something that's fun, playful, curious, exciting, intriguing, longing, right? You can play with that energy and activate it. This month is going to be to integrate your soul gifts, whatever they are. So even if you don't really know, and that's a question people ask me all the time is, where do I start? If I don't know, if I want this, you're telling me if I want it, I can have it, but I don't know where to start. Follow your intrigue. Spend time. Here's your advice. Number one, follow your intrigue, which means do the thing that catches your attention, that feels curious to you. Spend time with people who are also doing that, right? Hang out with me. Listen to my lives. Spend time in my free community. Join a program if you want. Find other teachers, leaders, and guides who you listen to and you're like, ooh, that inspires me. Ooh, that excites me. Ooh, I like that. More of that, please. Be in their vibration, because energy is contagious. Energy is contagious. Use that. Use that to your favor. Energy is contagious. Like, use that to your favor. Okay. So follow your intrigue, spend time, and then practice. Do a physical thing. Pull cards, do a numerology, do whatever it is you're called to do. Do something tangible. Okay. Cards is a great place to start if you don't know where to start, because it's not hard to learn how to do cards. It's not hard to learn divination with cards. It's super easy. It's not hard to learn numerology. I will be running some free numerology series in the fall. So that's something that intrigues you, just let me know. I'm also going to be running my certification again coming up in the fall. So if you want to dive deep into this, that's available to you as well. And you can also learn the magic of energetic connection with your soulmate clients through my membership. That's another way you can play for very inexpensive, like $27 a month. But what I'm trying to say is, on the 1st of August, there's an activation that's going to happen that's going to move you through this month, and you need to integrate it. So what does integration mean to you? Balancing your nervous system, as we already talked about, physically taking action and moving things forward. You can, if you don't know what your action steps are, go for a walk. Because the idea of hiking or walking or moving your body is still energetically moving things forward. And the energy will follow your body, or your body will follow the energy, either way, but do something, right? So I would say in August, please don't just like be a lazy bump on the log, right? Yeah, you can go lay on the beach. I plan on spending a lot of time laying on the beach, but do a 20-minute walk and then go lay on the beach, or lay on the beach for a couple of hours and then do a 20-minute walk. Also trust yourself that you can, because of the way time is an illusion, and the way time is like, there's this like weird time warp happening right now. If you resonate with the weird time warp energy, drop it in the chat and let me know. Because of this weird time warp energy, most of us feel like we're having to act kind of like as a reaction to the time warp, but you can use that in your favor. So you can decide, it is through a 30-minute investment every day that I create massive forward movement. Decide that. Claim that as your reality. You have the capacity to do that. And it's a flip of a switch of a decision, right? So decide and claim it. I'm going to do 30 minutes a day, and it's going to massively transform my reality. Oh my God. 30 minutes a day has the power to massively change everything right now. I'm feeling the truth of that resonate so, so deeply, even as I say it. If you want to claim that for yourself, pop it in the chat and feel it for a minute. Feel it in your solar plexus. That's where I'm feeling very activated in that right now, right? Yeah, my oracle card was the Holy Mountain. It is time for action, overcoming lethargy, indolence, and laziness. Absolutely, right? And this is the shadow of the 6. It's codependency, which means resting on our laurels and letting everyone else get what they want while we suffer in silence. Like, no, 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 no. We are not doing that, you guys. We are not doing that. There's so much available to you right now. There is so much available to you right now. And this is because you've been showing up to this point. You have done the work. It's like the 10-year overnight success. So let yourself take advantage of that. Let yourself stand up and claim it. State it, intention, and then follow through with the action. You said it 100%. Okay. On the 4th, which is Friday, it is all about redefining abundance. And I love it. My spiritual bitch said, stand up and do the damn thing. Do the damn thing. So true. One of the things that's become very, very apparent to me, and this is going to be very apparent to you guys around the 4th of the month, is this idea that abundance has been historically defined in lack and extraction. Okay. So what that means is we lived in a world with a fixed set of resources, right? A fixed set of resources. And in order for me to experience abundance, I needed to extract from that resource, which meant there was left less, right? So when the classic analogy is the pie. If there's a pie available and I eat a slice, that pie is now missing a slice. That's extraction. And that's lack energy. So my abundance of eating a piece of pie or receiving a gift, a resource, financial wealth meant that there was less available to consume. So when I'm telling myself, I'm abundant, I want to be abundant, let me tap into abundance, I am also needing to be aware of the underlying programming in the word abundance that has been built for hundreds, if not thousands of years on the backs of scarcity. On the backs of scarcity. And this was because we lived in an economy that was primarily resource-based for thousands of years. And we're moving into an economy now that is based on energy. And energy is actually an ever renewing. When I eat the piece of pie energetically, when I engage in my gifts, there's more available for you. That is the cool thing, you guys. This is an energetic shift at play here that wants us to be aware of it. This is really important for you to hear. It used to be that if I took something, there was less. But now when I play in the realm of my spiritual gifts, my soul gifts, there's more. The more of you who activate your soul gifts, the more there is available for everyone else. Are you hearing this? This is an ever expanding, abundant well. And this is so freaking exciting because it means that the way we experience, perceive, and relate with abundance, there's a massive shift happening right now. A massive shift. Okay. So we are on this like tipping point, this precipice. There are lots of people experiencing abundance coded in lack, right? Where it's like, there's only so many trees in the forest. You chop them down, there's less trees. There's only so many fish in the sea. You eat them, there's less fish. That was very real. I don't want to like discredit that that's very real. But recognizing in this energetic world that we are building, creating, and playing in, when I use that energy, I'm going to put air quotes around the word use, when I work with it and engage in it, because I don't use it, it doesn't go away. It's not like it's gone. When I work with it, it grows. So the more I practice numerology, the more oracular gifts are available for you. The more my clients practice numerology, the more oracular gifts are available for you. Not just oracular gifts. The more I tap into my soul gifts and my soul wisdom, the more soul gifts and soul wisdom are available for you, which is going to expand energetic abundance for all of us, right? So this is huge. Expansion model. Absolutely. So tap into this. You're going to be feeling it particularly around the 4th. A new manifestation cycle starts on the 4th of the month that wants us to start to claim this new model of abundance that's based on ever expanding resources. And so maybe that's even the affirmation that you create for yourself is I play with abundance based on ever expanding resources. The more abundant I am, the more abundance is available for everyone else around me. And this is a very beautiful model. It's a collaborative model. It's a matriarchal model. It's a community-based model. And it will let us create in collaborative ways, right? This is collaborative wealth. This is what means the world to me. I just adore this so much. Okay. If you have any questions on that, please comment and let me know, because I know that that's a bit of a mind trip. I know that that's a bit of a mind trip. It was a theoretical model I studied in economics 20 years ago, and now I'm starting to see it play out in reality, and I'm freaking loving it. Okay. The 8th of August is Lionsgate Portal. Lionsgate Portal, for those of you who want to know the ins and the outs of it, there are tons of experts online to follow. One I recommend is Angela Kay. She's got some great, you can follow her on TikTok. She's got some great TikTok videos as well as Instagram reels and lives and stuff sharing the details of it. She also is running some trainings and rituals and things like that. If you would like to do more ritual-based work around Lionsgate, which I highly recommend, check it out. But it's a window of time. And we're going to particularly look at August 8th for a second. Excuse me. We're going to look at August 8th for a second, because this is like one of the key elements of Lionsgate Portal. And we have double 5 energy at the time. And we have double 5 energy as it relates to abundance and self-worth. Okay. What does that mean? Double 5 energy relating to abundance and self-worth. It means that the beliefs you hold to be true about yourself are mirrored back to you through Mother Earth and through the universe. Okay. The relationship I have with my body is the same relationship I hold with Mother Earth, with planet Earth. Okay. So if I am negative, hard, defeating, self-doubting of myself, I also view the world I live in through that same lens. And on the 8th of August, we have a double down opportunity to collapse these toxic beliefs rooted in extraction, right? Extraction of our own bodies, extraction of the earth. These want to be transmuted, particularly on August 8th. So on August 8th, please take some time to think about what your relationship is with your physical body, your physical beingness. Love on yourself, nurture yourself, go to the spa, pamper yourself, do whatever you need to do, and or a combination of working with the earth. Right? Whatever that means to you. Maybe you go and hug a tree. Maybe you spend some time in nature. Maybe you pick up garbage. Maybe you go work at the recycle station or something. I don't know what that means to you. You'll know what that means to you. But do something where you are harmonizing with love, the relationship you have with your physical being and the relationship you have with Mother Earth, right? As a 5 of diamonds, this is your day. If you are a 5 of diamonds, so this is a 5 energy day, a 5 of diamonds day, in a 6 energy month, in a 7 energy year, obviously following a 5 energy month. I know that's a lot of things I just threw at you. If you're a numerologist on the call, you'll be able to see the through line, the storyline of that. But what that means for all of us is what I just said. And if you carry 5 energy in your chart, it's going to be even doubly so. Right? I would say if you carry 5 energy, 6 energy, or 7 energy, it's even going to be doubling down that day as much as you can. Spend time, right? But for all of us, if we can take a half an hour to honor our own physical bodies as well as our home, the earth, it will be very healing for all of us. Okay. Imagine just, like 50% of us spent time doing that. What ripple effect would happen? It almost brings me to tears thinking about it. Okay. Well, I am a chatty Cathy today, you guys. I know I try to keep these under 30 minutes, and I know I'm verging on like 40 minutes here. So I'm going to try to move this along. But apparently I have a lot to say. Feeling pretty fired up. Okay. 13th of the month. Another new manifestation cycle is going to start on the 13th of the month. And what it's going to say is you've experienced this physical transformation, physical awareness, body sensation awareness around a new relationship with worth and with money, abundance, wealth. Starting on the 13th, it's time to think about money differently and communicate about money differently, right? So now it's time to think and speak this new reality into existence. Think and speak it. It's a new manifestation cycle, and it's asking you to step into thought leadership around your abundance, around this new reality that you're creating for yourself because of those seeds of longing that you felt. The seeds of longing are birthing the new reality, okay? The seeds of longing are birthing the new reality. Let them. They just need a little bit of support from you. No big deal. So think about it differently. On the 14th of August, it's a very strong, very, very, very strong psychic day, a very strong energetic day. The really cool thing about this is if you are somewhat local to Kelowna, Angie from Dare to Dream is hosting a 2-day event on the 12th and the 13th of August, and I highly recommend you come. It is going to be incredible. And this could not be a better time to surround yourself with healers and energy workers, to feel that sense of healing for yourself and to activate your soul gifts in an even greater way. And you guys, the event is so inexpensive. It's like around $200. It's in Kelowna. If you live away from Kelowna, it makes sense to fly in and spend the weekend if you can. I am going to be a practitioner speaking. There's also other people who I highly adore and respect who will be speaking. Leah Morrison is going to be speaking. Maria Field is going to be speaking. Tamara from Wild Sky Sisters. Like, there's just some incredible energy workers and healers. So come if you can. Angie will also be doing sound healing. Journey is going to be talking, and she's an incredible speaker. So come to that if you're around. It's amazing. Okay, the 16th of the month, 10 of Clubs, 4 energy day. So with the 4 energy day around the new moon, what this is telling you is you've had this body awareness. You've been now thinking and speaking your new reality into existence. Ideas are flooding through. Take action on them. Write them down. So on the 16th, get a journal and write. Wherever you like to do it, get yourself a delicious latte and sit on the patio at the coffee shop. Take your book to the park, whatever it be. Put on some binaural beats if that helps you focus. And just write. You're going to be full of ideas, and these ideas want to go somewhere. So capture them. Okay. Write them out. They're going to be flooding. This is going to be a great day. If you're a content creator, use this time wisely to create content. If you're a course creator, if you create products, services, anything around your brand, your messaging, your life's work, write it down in that window of time. What else do I want to speak? Okay, so then we start to shift towards the end of the month, and relationships start to become more sort of top of mind. And it's one of those things where when my internal state shifts, when I grow, when I evolve, when I heal, when I step into my power by expanding my soul gifts, I show up differently, right? So when I show up in my power more fully, it's almost like, here's how I see it. It literally looks this way to me. When people have been avoiding their power, they look lifeless, right? They look kind of like they're not solid, right? They're like, you can't feel their presence. You can't feel their energies because their power is leaked out of them. But when they fill their power up with their life force energy, when they fill themselves with themselves, right? When they are embodied in their worth and their soul gifts, and they are trusting that their life matters and has meaning to it, and they are here for a reason, they embody differently. You can feel them when they walk in the room. You can see the light through their skin, right? You can see the light in their eyes. This is going to start to happen as we approach the end of the month, particularly, the 25, 26, 27, around there. And in the 27th, you show up differently. You change the rules of the game, right? If I show up in my power, in my light, in my strength, in my gifts, the way I talk to people changes. Who I spend time with is going to subtly start to shift, because people who are threatened by that will fall away. And people who celebrate that are magnetized in. And the people who you've got long-term relationships with are going to need to get to know the new you. So there's going to be a little bit of a transition stage where it's a learning process where you're kind of getting to know each other again. And I think it's a good reminder that when you're in relationships with people for long periods of time, if you're someone who likes to grow, you're going to be constantly introducing a new version of yourself to your friends and family. You are constantly going to be introducing a new version of yourself into the world. So that's okay. They need to take time to get to know you again. And that's okay. Some people adjust quickly. Some people take their time. Some people freak out. Some people like, oh my God, tell me more. I freaking love this version of you. You're going to get all kinds, and that's okay. So just be aware of that. Have compassion, right? Have love and compassion for them. They may or may not be on the same journey as you, and that's totally fine. You can love them on their journey while staying in your power. Staying in your power is key. Remember at the start of the call, I was like, no codependence, no biting your tongue, no compromising and settling when it means under the surface, you're like, goo, right? No, we're not doing that anymore. We're not doing that anymore. Okay. Here we go. And then we end the month off with the relationship portal to greater love. It's available to you. So step in to this relationship portal of greater love in your existing relationships and welcome in new ones. And that can be all kinds of love: client love, colleague love, friend love, lover love, family love, children love, all the things, right? It's a beautiful relationship portal. All right. That is the summary of August. I would love to hear from you guys as you're listening. If you're still with me, like from my heart to yours, thank you for being on this call with me. As I mentioned earlier, it's a co-creation. I feel your energetic ask, and I use the numerology to speak to that. To give you, my goal anyways, is to give you a sense of confidence and a sense of trust and a sense of clarity so that you can move forward into your potential in alignment with your highest good, in alignment with your highest potential timeline, right? With greater abundance, with greater love, with all of it. So this is my goal from my heart to yours. Thank you. And I just want to know, tell me in the comments, what's the thing you heard today where you're like, yes, I needed that. That's the piece. Because if you take one thing from today's transmission, if you take one thing and you hold it to your heart and you move forward with it, that one thing has the power to shift everything for you. It's like the pebble in the oyster that turns into the pearl, right? So I want to know, comment in your chat, what's one thing? I highly recommend you listen to this again, particularly as you approach the 8th of the month or the 16th of the month. You might want to pop it in your calendar as a reminder so that you can use some of those practices, even if you fast forward and just get straight to the end part where I go into the details. Because it's a powerful month, you guys. Integration is something we sometimes avoid. It's so important because without the integration, we backslide. We go right back into the old ways of being. So take care of your nervous system, take actions to move forward, and honor yourself. Honor your sacred soul gifts. Yes, stop biting your tongue, nurturing yourself and taking action. Energetic abundance, right? What a relief. What a relief. All right. I'm sending you guys so much love. If you have any questions, post them in the chat. Let me know. And if you want more details about the membership group, please reach out and let me know. I'll send you the link to that. And I look forward to connecting with you guys all soon. Mwah. Sending you so much love.